having numbness or tingling in your hand or your fingers, it could be that there's some tension in the nerves from your neck going down to your hand. And today I'm going to show you some movements to try to help with that. So to start with, you want to determine where on your hand the numbness or tingling is, because that's going to dictate which nerve you want to try to work on. So the distribution of the nerves in your hand is the palm, your thumb, and second and third fingers is your median nerve. Your fourth and fifth finger is your ulnar nerve, and then the back of your hand, thumb, second and third finger is your radial nerve. So if you're having numbness or tingling, you want to figure out which one it is, and then that'll dictate what movement you do next. So for the radial nerve, to stretch that, you want to depress your shoulder, extend your arm, and for the radial nerve, it goes to the back of your hand, so you want that down to stretch it, like by bending your wrist up. And if you noticed, that kind of reproduces some of the numbness or tingling. That means that you're kind of getting a little stretch there, and you want a little bit of a gentle stretch on that nerve to try to get it to move better in the tissues of your arm. Another thing that you can do to help with it is to floss it. So flossing, you're going back and forth, and so that's what you're going to try to do with this next movement. So arm depressed back and then wrist bent up is stretching it. That's stretching it from the hand. Then you can also stretch it from the neck by bending it away. So in this position, it's being stretched on both ends, and so to floss, you would shorten one end while you're stretching the other, and then just go back and forth. So this would be an exercise to floss or work on the radial nerve. The median nerve would be the stretching the palm, so you're just going to turn your wrist so the palm is down this time. Same position as the radial, but with the palm down. That's stretching the median nerve. So you would feel it maybe numb or tingling in the palm, first, second, third fingers. And then same thing if you wanted to try to floss it, you would bend up with the head towards the shoulder and then just go back and forth like this. Okay, so that's the radial for the back of the hand, median for the front of the hand. The ulnar nerve is stretched a little bit differently. If you remember when you were a kid, you did these finger glasses, whatever you want to call it, but that's basically what you want to do to try to stretch that nerve. You don't really need to do the eye part, but that's just easy to remember. So your arm is like that. So same thing to floss it. You want to bend your head towards it as you're stretching your wrist, and then relax the wrist and bend away. So this would be the flossing for the ulnar nerve. If you're having if you're having some issues with the numbness and tingling in the hand, that would be some movements to try to work on that. So give that a try.